Okay, right. Now finally we are going into the loop. Loop is what? You have a condition here, you know what a condition. Okay, I don't have to talk about condition anymore. Age greater than 50, age greater than 50, and less than age less than 100, or whatever, you know, and or you can use all that combination and make up your condition. If the condition is true, it will do this part. So this is a process. Okay, and then after doing this part, unlike in decision, it won't go down. Instead of going down, after it comes to the end of this, again it will recheck the condition. If the condition is true, again do this part. Okay, and if this part is uh, if it will do this part, sorry, and after finishing this part, once again it won't go down. Every time it finishes this part, it will check the condition. Condition true, do it again. Condition true, do it again, until at one point, if the condition becomes false, then it will come out. After that, it will never go into this, because it has come out now. While the condition is true only, this part will be repeating over and over and over and over and over and over again. So as you can see, there should be something in this area which will make the condition to differ. No, otherwise what will happen is this condition will never end. So somehow something here should make the condition change in such a way, at some point in time this condition will become false, and then it will come out of the loop. After maybe doing the loop 100 times, 10 times, 1000 times, I don't know, depending on your requirement, however many times the loop will happen, and then when the condition becomes false, it will come out of the loop to this part. Okay, so let's see how this condition is built. Condition is actually, the condition part is like the decision has only the top part, condition has only this part. What you have in this area is the process, okay, to repeat. While the condition is true, it will repeat. Come to the end, check the condition again, repeat. So this is an example, right? Example 2. Again, you have the condition. Inside the condition, you can have a process happening. Now here we have only one process. You want to have a process and another process happening and another process happening. So then condition is true, do this process, then do this process, then do this process. Third process is over, again check the condition. Is the condition true? Do the process again, do this process again, do this process again, check the condition. Is it true? Okay, let's assume it's true. Then again do the first process, second process, and the third process. Then again check the condition. Let's assume the condition becomes false now, somehow. Then you come out of this and continue down. So whatever you have here or here or here should have the ability to change the condition every time. Otherwise, what will happen is, if any of this does not change the condition, and the condition is true the first time, it will throughout be true. And if it is throughout be true, this loop will continue on and on and on, and that is what a never-ending loop will be. Okay. So this is the using processes inside the loop. Okay, these are the two loops. Here you are using one process, here we are using 3 processes. Okay, so for repeating. Right. Third example, in the condition loop, instead of process, you can also use another condition if you want. So in this case, what will happen is, first condition will be checked. You see, if it is true, it will go down and check this condition. If this condition is true, it will do this and then come out normally. But here it won't come out because it is covered by the loop. So when it comes to this end, it will go out to this and check the top condition again. If the loop condition is true, once again it will enter into this and check this condition one more time. If this condition is true, yes, it will do this, right? So every time, remember, once you come to the end, the loop condition is checked. If the loop condition is true, it will come down. If the loop condition becomes false, then without doing this part, it will come out and follow what is continuing below. Okay, same way, if the loop condition is true, it will go into this and check this condition. If this condition is false, then it will go through this side, not the yes side, because this is false. No, so it will go through this, do these things, and when you come to the end, again check the loop condition. True, once again go into this, check this. If this again false, go in here and do this. When you get to the end, see, always remember when you are put into a loop, when you come to the end, you have to, while loop, you have to go to the top and check the loop and decide whether to continue with the contents inside the loop or whether you're going to exit out of the loop. That is how this works. Okay, so this is how a decision can be used inside a loop, right? So normal, let's see detail on how loop until. Loop until is the other way around. So this is written like this. Now in this example, same similar to the previous one. Only thing is condition is here now. What we have here is the process. So when you come in here, you do the process. No checking condition like in the while. You do the process. At the end, after finishing the process, you check the condition. Is the condition true? Again, you start from the beginning and do the process. Again, check the condition, do the process. So every time you hit the bottom, check the condition. If the condition is true, start from the beginning of the loop and do it. True, do it. Keep on doing. So if this condition never changes, you again get stuck in a never-ending loop. Because at some point, this condition should become false. Then only at that point, without going to the top, it will exit the loop and continue from the part below. Okay, so this is how the loop until works. Now again, in the loop until also, you can have just one process or you can have many processes like what we saw in the while. So in this case, this process will be done first, then this, no checking. Okay, as you come in, you check, do this process, then do this process, do this process, then only you check the condition. Condition is true, again you start here. Do this process, do this process, do this process, then check the condition. True, again start here. Do this, do this, do this, check the condition. Condition false, come out. You don't go back. Okay, so until the condition is false, you keep repeating this. Repeating, you don't repeat whatever on top, okay? You only repeat whatever that is covered by this loop. That area only gets looped, okay? So this is how, same as loop while is the condition is on top, until is condition is at the bottom. So the third example, we are going to use this until condition, and we are going to directly use a condition instead of processes. So here you have the processes. Okay, so here what you do is, as you enter the loop, first thing is a condition is there, right? You check this condition. If it is true, you do this, and then when you come to the end of this, check this condition. If the condition is true, again you start from here. That means you do the condition check again. True, go here, do. No, do, go here and do. So either you do this or do this, depending on whether the condition is true or false. And when you get to the bottom of either this one or this one, again you check this loops condition. If the loops condition is true, once again you go back and start with this condition again and do this. Whatever that is here, you do. Just like here also you started here. Here also you started here, you start here, check here. And here, only thing is, in the process there is nothing to decide, so you keep just doing that. Here this is a decision. So when you come to the beginning of the loop, you check this condition and decide, okay, if it is true, you do this part. If it is false, you do this part. Once you get to the end, check this again. When this condition becomes false only, you are allowed to exit that and go out. Okay, right? So this is the loop until's use of decision. So inside this, you can either have processes, loops, conditions, and all the possibilities are there. Then I want to explain to you another important thing about how to write subsections. Let's see what these subsections is. A decision and loop and whatever. Okay, writing subsections separately. So your main, you have these symbols, right? You know, these are the symbols we are having in NS chart: process, decision, loop, while, and loop until. Okay, in all these cases, these areas will be the area that can have other loops or decisions or processes. Okay, these areas, and this is our main area. So most of the time, process is the main part of any flowchart. Okay, so let's get a main section. How you write? Okay, you say start. You do some process. You have a condition. Let's say. Then you have some other process. You have another loop and another process, and then end. So let's say this is our flowchart, right? And then you start. You go here, do this process, and you check this condition. If the condition is true, you do this and come here. If the condition is false, you do this and come here. and then you do this, and then you go into this condition, check the condition. If the condition is true, you do this thing up to this point, and then if it is end of that loop, you again check the condition. True, do again. True, do again. True, do again. So the moment this becomes false, you come to this process, do this and end it. Okay. Now assume whatever you have to write here is again another set of loops and conditions and process, and there is no space here to write. Okay. So then what you can do is you can put something like this, A, or some kind of a label, or something A or B, or you can even say some name if you want to. What average calculation. You can put a word average calculation or something somewhere, and put a round around that to mark it. Okay, and then subsection you can write saying start of A, and freely write all your processes, subsections, and so you are not constrained to this space, because if you have to write all this inside this, and some more you need to write some more things inside here, again space will not be enough here. So for that only you have these subsections. So if you have to write again another lot of things here, you can put B here and write another B area separately like this. Okay, so this is subsection A, and then in that condition true, you have a process happening, then you have another process happening, and then you have a loop happening. You check the condition, do this, check the condition, do this. The moment the condition is false, you come out, and then you go into a loop until the moment you come out either from this side or this side, you do this stuff, check the condition and start the loop again. Check the condition, start the true. As long as the condition is true, keep on doing this. The moment condition is false, you come down. Here we have two processes, then you have to do both processes. Okay, and then you have end. So when you're going through this flowchart, what will happen? You start here, you do this here, you check the condition. If it is true, you do this, and you come here and you continue like that. If the condition is if you start do this process, the condition is false, you come here, but you know what A is somewhere here. So A, you come here and do that, and follow through this, do whatever you have to do, and end A, you come back here and continue from here. Okay, so this allows us to write subsections and write it in a separate piece of paper. Always make sure you mark this properly and you put the start and the end of that, so that you know when you look at those piece of paper, okay, you know this is the start of this particular thing. It need not be a letter, it can be, like I said, salary calculation. So then this could be a salary calculation process. Then you do the salary calculation process here, and you call that from here. So if it is no, you want to do the salary calculation. So imagine the condition is saying, is salary calculated? Yes, you don't have to calculate. No, you have to calculate. So you go here and do the salary calculation only for no part. And then once you come to the end, you are here and you process through that. So what exactly you do here, how do you combine this? All are not predefined. Okay, all these are modifiable, changeable depending on your requirement. So based on your requirement, these are going to change. So always remember that. Okay, right. That brings us to the end of this flowchart symbols. Next session we will look at a little more practical side of it, but this video set should give you an idea of all these flowchart symbols and how to use them. So without losing this, keep track of this, keep it somewhere safe, keep referring to it every time you want to refresh something. Okay, thank you very much.